Hey guys, this is Deb with Four Seasons Crafts. How are all of you? So we are going to do our two alternatives for this month's paper pumpkin kit. So I try to do this with the most minimal supplies outside of the kit. So in other words, we really want to use what we have to just, again, couple different alternatives. So these are the 3 cards that you get to make, and you get to make 3 of each. So let me share the bases with you. And again, we're not going to make the cards. You can go to YouTube and look up paper pumpkin, and Stampin' Up! Actually shows you how to make those 3. But this is one card base, and I must tell you, when I saw these on the video, I was like, oh yeah, those are okay. Like always, right? Those cards in person are so much better. So these are gold lines. Hopefully you guys can see that. You get 3 of those. And the nice thing is, of course, it's 2-sided, which is always nice when you're looking to make maybe an alternative, because you literally, if you wanted, you could get 2 cards out of one. And then you have this one here, which I really like. And I think we are going to start with this one here. Okay, so I'm going to take these guys and we're just going to move those over. So the other things you get, let's just talk about that. You get obviously your photopolymer stamps, and this is what those look like. So you get what is it, 5 different greetings, and then some greenery there. So lots of choices. And then you're going to get 3 of these cutouts here. Isn't that pretty? It's absolutely beautiful. It just looks very vintage. But you use it on this card. So that base I just showed you, this overlays on top of that. So you get 3 of those. You get 3 of these different colored like leaves here. And then you get some green leaves, 3 flowers, and then some of these pretty peacock. And the Stampin' Spot that comes in this kit is also a pretty peacock Stampin' Spot. So that's what we're going to use. And then you also get some gold, those really flat, I don't know what they're called. I can't think of them, but they're like, they're like gems. And then you get some dimensionals, and of course some of those little round sticky dots. I think they're like a glue dot, I guess is really what they're like. And then you of course get these patterns here. So we're going to pull one of these out, and then we're going to use this card base. Now, the first thing we are going to do is we are going to we're going to be scoring this and make it into a gatefold. So I'd like to get rid of this score line as much as I possibly can. Oh, and by the way, sorry, the other things you get in here, you're going to get this right here, all these different labels. I do not take these out until I actually stamp on it, because I like the sturdiness of having a bigger piece. And you can see, you guys, you get 1 extra of each. So if you mess up, you got another chance. And then you also get some tear and tape. I forgot to mention that. So that's kind of cool, right? Extra. All right, so I'm going to take my bone folder, and I am just going to run it down the center here of this card and try to just basically just flattening out that score line. I'm going to turn it over, and we're going to do the same thing. Just run my bone folder right over it. And now I am going to put a piece of cardstock over top of the middle, but I would like, as much as possible, right, to not be able to see it. So there we go. And I think it looks pretty good on this side. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but looky there. If you ever score in the wrong place, that's something that you can easily do. All right, so now we're going to get our paper trimmer, and we are going to score this like a gatefold. Flying a little bit here. So let's see. We have 5 or 4 1/4 on one side. So I'm going to do 2 1/8 on both sides. So I'm going to score this. I want to make sure. The other thing is, when I do this, I'm going to make sure my paper, like I can actually see that whole 1/8 inch line. Okay. And then I'm just going to score it on that side, turn it to the other side and go 2 1/8. And again, make sure I can see that line. And voila. See, and the nice thing is see, I can see all that pretty design on both sides. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my bone folder and run that along both edges. There we have it. All right. Now what we're going to do is we are going to take, and we're not going to use too many different pieces than actually what's on here. We're just going to give it a different fold. But look here, I can do it this way. And then I can open this up like that. And then we are going to put a piece of this Blackberry Bliss inside of our card. So we're going to cut this down just a bit. So we are going to make it 4 1/8 on the inside and I'm going to do, I really want it to be 5 1/2. I might take it down just like a 6, I'll take it down to 1/8 of an inch. Okay, and we'll just take that piece off too. This will help hide the score line, is what it will do. And then we're just going to take this piece of basic white and we're just going to put that in the middle for us to actually write our greeting. But before we do, we're going to go ahead and stamp it. So we'll bring in our pretty peacock. And then we're just going to put a couple. Oh, that's interesting. It's got a little bit of interesting little dots going on there. I'm just going to put a couple of these right down here in the center. There we go. And then I'm going to look and see, I think we stamp a couple things on the front here. So I'm going to see where that's placed, and then we're going to take another one of our stamps before we put them away, and we're going to take this greenery here, and we're going to give it a little bit of depth. So we'll move this out of the way and put it over there, and then we're just going to stamp over like part of it right here. Now, just in case, well, it doesn't matter. See, if I stamp in here, because I've got that piece of, I'm going to put a piece of cardstock over it, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we're just going to take this here, and I'm going to stamp one right about here. And so what you guys should see then, see when I put this over, I have that pretty kind of green in there, and then I'm going to stick one up out of the top there, and then we'll do one further down. There we go, and then we'll do one that's kind of maybe sticking out over here. Now you can put these wherever you want, right? Wherever you would like that color, that's where you're going to want to put it. But this gives us nice, maybe we'll do one more like right Let me just double check here. We don't want them all to be buried, right? Okay. So we'll put another one right here. There. I think that will give us some good coverage. Peeking out where we want it to peek out. Perfect. Okay. And then while we have all of this out, let's go ahead and get our greeting. And so for this one, we're going to go ahead and use the circle. And we'll do Let's Celebrate You. That'll be fun. And I think we all have twine, right? We all have twine in our house here, right? So we will, all right, here we go. So we'll want to use maybe some of that as well. I've got some of that right here. All right, so I'm going to move this just a little bit this way. And there we go. It's the nice thing, you guys, right? When we do circles, and we'll pop that right out there and bring this over, and we're going to use as well. We're going to see if this greenery looks okay, or I might change it up and actually use this one so it matches our, there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to adhere this down to the left side of our fold there. So again, you'll just want to make sure as you lay it down that you don't go, you know, over top of it. So we'll just lay it right there, and then that way we can see that exact line that we don't want to cross. Now I'm just going to use Tombow. Let me just make sure. Yeah, we're just going to adhere this straight down. We're not going to use dimensionals for this piece. Oops, here we go. So we'll just take it where we can, and because we don't want to close it shut, right? Famous. How many of you guys have all done that once or twice? Maybe you've never done it. That would be amazing too. I certainly have. I have taken the glue too far to the left and ended up with, you know, a nice sealed card. All right, so there we go. Put that right there. Now this we could do almost on this side. Well, no, we really can't do it over there. We kind of need to do it over on this side. I was gonna say, oh, we could put it on this side, but then that would be a little bit bulky. All right, so I'm gonna take this piece of greenery here and we're just gonna slide it in like that. So I'm actually gonna take a couple glue dots because this is so small. We're just gonna put some glue dots on it because it's so skinny, and that way it'll stay put. We do have to be careful with this too, like where we place it. So not careful, just where you place it, because again, we don't want it to cross over the line. So I'm actually going to keep them at the bottom so that they stay on that one side, but we can kind of have it float a little bit across. And then we will take this and put it up on some dimensionals. And again, we will put the dimensionals only on one side. And that way it can easily transfer over. So this is my big sheet of dimensionals from the last paper pumpkin kit. I did not use them all. And some of those kits, they come with a lot of dimensionals. And I think that last one, everything was popped up, which is kind of funny. All right, so we're just gonna put this right down the middle here. Make sure it's straight. Go just a little bit more. There we go, like that. And then let's get some of our twine and you know what I think we're gonna do? I think we are gonna take our twine. I like this even better. And we are gonna wrap it around. I think I'm gonna wrap it around this card. Oh, I like that. I like it, I like it. Okay. So we're gonna wrap it around. And so someone will undo. We'll have to undo the, make sure I get this under here. Sorry, I might be off camera there. Oh yes, it's like a little book. Oh, but before I do, well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna undo it, I guess, because, so here is the kicker, right? Is, okay, I have this done and I'm going to get my scissors here. All right, so now I have this lovely front to my card and I can put this, and all we did, you guys, was make it a little bit of a fun fold, and then we wrapped it with some twine. And then on the inside, so we're gonna have to undo this. And I'm gonna, we're gonna come up with a little way to get it to attach. But so let's go ahead and finish the inside of our card since we have this done. And then we will be done with, you know, you would think the number of times that I do a video that I literally would always get a fresh thing of glue. I was thinking about that the other day as I had not done a video in a while. And I thought, why do I not grab a brand new bottle of glue? I don't know. I don't. I should, but I don't. Okay, now we're gonna take this and we're gonna put it on the inside here. Oh, seriously. I do have another bottle here, so I don't know, maybe I'll get that right now. I have this one that's got the Tombow in the really small. There we go. This isn't what, you know, this is used for either, but I do like these little needle nose. There we go. This will work. All right. Now we will pop this right down here and make sure we get it lined up so that it's nice and centered. Oops. Okay. Dead silence. All right, there we go. Okay. And look at that, you guys. Oh, isn't that so cute? I love it. Okay, so now I think what I will do with the string so that it doesn't come off, so to speak, you know, I think I'll put a glue dot down there, and then you know what I could do too? Okay, let's do this. Let's wrap that around. Let's do that. Okay, so I wrapped it around our circle, okay, with our dimensionals, and now we'll go around twice, and voila. I think we have plenty of our thread, even though we went, so, you know, do that first, and then you won't run into like a potential shortage issue. I am loving this card. That was like spur of the moment, right? It's like just off the cuff. All right. Yeah, I didn't get that quite as tight as I would like it. So, oh, you know why? All right, sorry, you guys are to watch me mess around with this, because I did not take it underneath. Let me take it underneath these two. That way it gets a little more solid there. But you know, the nice thing, this is like completely deliverable, you know, in the mail. It's flat. Oh, and we'll add some of our gems. We'll do that too. And then one card down. Okay, there we go. All right, you guys loving it as much as I am? There it is. All right, now we'll grab some of our pretty sparkly items here in our packet. And we'll just take a few of these and let's just place them around here to our focal point. And go. And we'll do one more over here. There we go. All right. All right, you guys, that is our card number 1. So we'll put that one off to the side. And then let's do one, let's do this one. Because I think it will work for what I want to, for what I would like to do. So for this one, have you guys seen those spanner cards, right? That span, so I think that's what we're gonna make it. Just a spanner card, pretty simple spanner card. We're not gonna do everything that people do on these, but I'm gonna take and put this in the trimmer. And we're gonna do, oops, an inch on this side. And take it up to our 4 1/4. There we go. And then we're going to flip it around and we're gonna do the same thing, an inch on this side. And bring that right to 1 inch, up at 4 1/4. I have a little bit, oops, I think I may have grabbed that, but that's okay. That'll be hidden. All right. Oh, and we're going to need this for one more thing. I think I can use, I think this orange piece is big enough. We need a piece that's, oh, nope, it's not. Okay, let me see what else I have here that I can use that's going to go with whatever it is I'm doing. All right, let me grab a piece of orange. All right, so we're going to use this Timid Tiger here. Or, yeah. Actually, this is like a lighter color. Oh, well. But you know what? This is what we're going to use. That might have been, I don't know. Okay, so we're going to take this at 5 1/2. And we're just going to create a 1, let's do 1 1/4 inch. Because we're making this up as we go along. You guys, I think this color is actually, this might be Calypso Coral. I am so not sure, to be super honest with you. All right, so here we are. So what we're gonna do, if you guys have not seen one of these, so we just made 1 inch slits on both sides, all right? So we're doing some, kind of just some fun folds this time. Now what we're gonna do, see I kind of cut that off a little bit right there, but that's okay because it's gonna get covered up with our paper. I kind of went back over it. Okay, I'm gonna close this notepad. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this piece right here, but we are going to, actually we're gonna do it this way. There we go. All right, so we are gonna glue it on just these 2 pieces. When we open it up, we'll see stuff here, and then we can open it up again. All right, so we're just gonna glue these 2 lines right here on both sides. Okay, so we'll get our glue here, and we'll just put it right here on this. And you know what we'll use is our nice board here to get us at 1 inch. I think it was 1 1/4 inches. That'll be good right there. And we will put that right down on that edge and just make sure it's lined up. And then this will make it super easy for us to do the other side here. Oh, seriously. Okay, sorry you guys. Well, just take that right off like that. I did not bring a paper towel with me. Seriously. Okay, I'm just gonna stick it on my cleaning mat there. And then we'll just, actually we'll take our little, our rubber, what is that? Eraser, our glue eraser right here. And when that dries, we'll take it off. So that's fine. All right, totally the wrong side here. Seriously. All right, so we will put the glue on the right side this time. There we go. And pop that right down there. And now look what we have. We have this nice front, and we can put this up like this. And then we have this side and then something in the middle. All right, so we also have this piece right here. So what I'm thinking, because it's going to be hidden under here, let's cut this piece and we're going to cut it so it falls below this one here, on the opposite side. All right, so let's do that. I do not know exactly what that measurement is. So let's see where we are between those two score lines. We're at 3.5. So we're going to cut this at 3.5. And then we're going to cut it down to, because remember this other piece is 1.25 inches. So this one will do just as 1 inch. And it's just going to add a nice little bit of color on that second page. And then, so we'll do this, and we're just going to put it right there on that piece. And again, put some adhesive here. Now, if you wanted, you could run these through the embossing folder, all kinds of things. And probably, if I would have thought about it, I probably would have stamped these pieces. Maybe not this purple or the Blackberry Bliss, but certainly the Timid Tiger. I think I would have stamped it first. But now, look at that. Isn't that cool? I realize we're not quite all the way done. So now what I have is I have pieces that, of course, go with this card. So we're going to use some of those. So I have this piece right here, which kind of goes right here along with one of these beautiful kind of triangular pieces. So we're gonna leave that in there, and we're gonna say, it says, let's celebrate you. So I think I'm gonna use that one just because we have that one out, and I'm gonna pop it right there in the middle. And then we're going to look and see if we need some more greenery. All right. So we will put this right in the middle. There we go. These stamps are stamping super, super well. All right. That, and we'll take some greenery here and put this kind of in the middle, right inside. If you guys can see, there's still this triangle right there. It's supposed to go like this, right? But we're just gonna, and no one's gonna notice because we're gonna put this piece of greenery in here. and cover it all up. All right, so we're gonna kind of do this little thing right here. And this piece of greenery is gonna go right, we're gonna attach it right onto this piece. So this one we're gonna attach, we are going to attach with some dimensionals, and then this piece will attach with some dimensionals. So I'm gonna glue this down first because it just needs to be kind of somewhere there in the middle. Oops. Okay. And we'll just kind of let that float a little bit on the edge. We also have one of these beautiful orange flowers. So this we're gonna pop up on some dimensionals. And again, we just need to make sure we keep that pretty close to the bottom, right? And I think we have room. Yep, let's put that all right there. And then the sides, we could actually, just based on where we put it, we could put maybe one over on this side too, if we wanted. So let's see how it falls once we take all these off. Okay, so we want to get it up enough, right? Because we don't want it to be attached. Yep. So I just wanted to double check and make sure we were okay there. I'm not going to be too concerned about putting one right there. And then I'm going to take this little guy and we're going to put him right there in the middle on some dimensionals. And you know what we're going to do before we stick that down is I think I'm just going to take some twine, like, you know, like so. And I'm just going to cut this and put it right across, kind of just right across the center here. And that will also give us just a little bit of depth. So I'm just going to take a couple glue dots here, and we'll put a few on there and just kind of have that go right across kind of the middle there. And it looks like I might need one more just to make sure that all this just kind of stays down. It's going to stay down more than likely because of the dimensionals, but just in case, when we put this across like that, we just kind of want it sticking out a little bit. All right, so there we have it. So let's go ahead and remove these. There we go. And now we will put this right in the center. Kind of make sure our linen thread is that way. There we go. And then I think I'm going to take this orange flower and I'm going to put it on this side since we have the greenery over there. So again, I'm going to put a dimensional right on the side. Go. And I think I can get that to not stick out. Then I will put that right about there. Look at that. So let's put some of our nice embellishments here, and then we might do just one more thing. Let's see. All right. I typically don't really, well, I guess I do sometimes, so I really can't say that. I guess we'll put two kind of in an angle right there. All right, there we go. So now look, you guys, we're gonna open it up. We're gonna open it up again. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. So if you wanted to, you could take, this says, let's celebrate you. I probably could stamp happy birthday on the inside here is what I would do. The other thing you could do, and let's see, this is the coordinating die that you can get from Paper Pumpkin. And I'm gonna take, why don't we take this one and cut a few pieces of greenery out. It's not really greenery, I guess it's orangery. So let's cut a couple pieces out of this. I've got the small embossing folder, oh, which by the way, we need to get rid of this glue here, don't we? Just kind of rub that right off of there. Oops. You guys do not have one of these. They are the bomb. And you can get them at like the dollar store. You get like 6 of them at the dollar store, I think, in a little package, these little teeny ones, and they're perfect. Okay, I won't have you sit here and watch me erase. I will no doubt get that off though. And then it just goes right on your little spongy thing. All right, let's go ahead and do this. You know, it won't take long and we'll be pretty quick with it. All right, so let's get out our trays. And I must say, this is super nice to have this little machine right available. As opposed, I mean, I have the big one not too far either. So let me, there we go. Push that right through. And we'll do a couple of these little guys. I think we'll do a couple. I should have done maybe another color too, but that's all right. Let's see if we have what other dyes we have here. Yeah, this is good. We'll just do this one. All right. All right, so we're just gonna slide that right in. Okay. We'll be done with that. And now we have 2 pieces of this orangery, greenery. And again, you guys could choose, but now when I lift this up, what I want it to be is I want to have a couple of these. And I think it looks so pretty because it takes the orange color from our, and I think we'll do it just like, you know, now I'm thinking maybe we'll do something like that. How about that? Yep, I think we'll do that. We'll do something like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and adhere these down with some adhesive here. And then we'll do the other one. I have a flower in there too. I don't know if you guys saw that in the set. There's also a flower, but we'll do this here. And then I'm gonna put this flower right in the middle there. Because nice thing is I can actually cut out, I thought about putting this, by the way, on dimensionals, but I think that would create a bulk on the front that might not look very, you know, appealing or whatever. There you go. So now look at that, it's entirely covered. And then when you open it up, you have that. And then of course, when we stamp our other image. And you know what, while we're here, we could, because I have that leaf out, let's go ahead and do this while we're right here. And we will just stamp a couple leaves right there. So now when you open it up, you have a few little leaves right there. So there you go. Those are our 2 projects. I am so thankful that those came together as well as they did. I gotta say, you guys, I'm thrilled. So there you go. Those are our 2 alternatives to the Full of Charm June 2025 Paper Pumpkin. So if you guys have not subscribed to Paper Pumpkin, I would really encourage you to do it. Anytime there is a special or promotion, it's always a great time because you can get a lot of kits, and normally at a discount. So, all right, guys, tell me what you think of those 2 projects, and I will look forward to sharing with you again. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.